Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse home in Japan. How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're genki. I've been having a great but very busy weekend, so I don't have time to do the full introduction video. I'm just going to be me talking. Let me give you my recommendations, a couple from last week, first of all, before we get into the new comic book picks for this coming week. First of all, let me shout out John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America, issue 9. Really, really good issue. Very dark, very deep. If you want to just read just a one and done issue, this does work like that, but it has a very deep look at Hollywood, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, all the kind of rumors you hear about that. Yeah, you know, selling souls, magic, the price of fame and all that. So yeah, recommend that if you're interested. Also a big shout out for Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, issue 4 by Jerry Duggan. Just such a good story this, very original, great art as well. The tale of an old gunslinger and a female samurai and how they meet in this netherworld and start to, you know, build feelings for each other. You know, yeah, just something different and good and very, very original. I wish this was, well, I hope it's getting looked at, but I wish there were more eyes on this series. And one more, after a 10-month, I'm not kidding, 10-month hiatus between issue 2 and issue 3, finally, Fire and Ice issue 3 comes out. Written by Bill Willingham. Incredible art in this issue by Leonardo Mankel. That's why I'm shouting it out. The story's pretty decent. You know, it's typical fantasy story, fantasy fare, but some of the art in this, it's mind-blowing. Seriously, some incredible double-page spreads throughout this issue. Gorgeous, detailed, painted art. So do check it out if you can find a copy. Right, let's get on with my hot picks for September 25th, 2024. From DC this week, it has to be this, Detective Comics issue 1089, the final curtain of Ram V's gothic opera. It began with a melody strange and haunting, drawing Batman deeper and deeper into a demonic odyssey. From the sewers under Gotham to a hallucinatory desert, from the brink of death to a strange rebirth, from the iron grip of order to the deadly blades of chaos, it's all led to this moment. So here we are, the final issue. At last, many people are shouting, at last. But from what I'm seeing in comments, a lot of people have been really enjoying this. Ram V's gothic opera ends. This issue, 40 pages, $4.99. Written by Ram V with art by Gwilym March. Love this cover. Look at that. I think it's Evan Cagle. Next up from DC, Batman The Long Halloween, the last Halloween issue 1. After last week's Prelude, which was a reprint, Gotham City learns to fear Halloween once more, as a terrible event threatens to destroy Jim Gordon's life and puts Batman and Robin's teamwork to the test more than ever before. Written by Jeff Loeb, art by Eduardo Risso. Dramatic cover here by the late and great Tim Sale. And this one could be a bit of a wild card, but it is Lobo Cancellation Special issue 1, a one-shot. Written by Kyle Starks, who did the really good Peacemaker limited miniseries last year. Art by Kyle Hotz with a Z. Get ready for the sleaziest, scummiest special to grace the DCU. Ya bastige, it says here. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into outer space, the freakazoids at DC Comics ambush you with the scummiest comic book this side of Uranus. Get ready for the most skull-crunching, crotch-punting and excrement asteroid-filled comic of the year. My goodness. You're going to be praying to God that we pulp this sleaze fest before your kids read it. $5.99, it says, 48 pages. There's also a variant cover by the classic, the original, Simon Bisley.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Moving on to Marvel Comics, we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue 9. 28 pages, $4.99. Written by Jonathan Hickman. Arc by Marto. Arc by Marto, you what? Art by Marco Cicchetto. The Sinister Six make their first strike. But who are the Sinister Six? The first member throws down with Spider-Man and Green Goblin in this action-packed issue. Plus, with Tony Stark's return, Peter must also explore the limitations of his new suit. Sounds interesting, intriguing. Great cover there, by the way. Next up, Uncanny X-Men issue 3 by Gail Simone and art by David Marquez. Catch the Elf when new, lethally powerful and completely untrained young mutants show up on Rogue's doorstep with no knowledge of how they got there. A grieving Rogue seeks to take Xavier's place in guiding them to the light. while darkness from the past returns to destroy the X-Men, one at a time. Do you know what? That was one sentence. No time for a breath. Yeah, I'm still on board with this. Yeah, it's good without being great. I like the dialogue. I like the way she writes dialogue in this, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Out of all the many X-Men series coming out, it's this, of course, Ultimate X-Men, which you know I love, and maybe even a surprise like Phoenix, which is also coming out this week. And yes, already it's time for Wolverine Revenge issue 2, written by Jonathan Hickman, pencils by Greg Capullo, inks by Tim Townsend. This is $4.99, 28 pages. There's also a red band edition for, I think, an extra buck. Logan out for vengeance, the unspeakable has come to pass, and now Sabretooth, Omega Red and Deadpool will pay. Are you reading this miniseries? If so, what do you think of it so far? And my final pick from Marvel is Phoenix issue 3 by Stephanie Phillips with art by Alessandro Miracolo. No controversy in that name. Death from above and below, saving a planet full of kidnapping victims who've disappeared from the gaudy whirlwind of game world. Seems like just another day in space for Jean Grey. Though she did get the tip-off from her less than forthright father-in-law, legendary pirate Corsair of the Starjammers crew. And the kidnappers are none other than the children of Thanos themselves, the dreaded Black Order. And yet, somehow, it's all about to get a whole lot worse. Gotta say, I like this cover. Phoenix and the Black Order. Issue 2 kind of surprised me. I really enjoyed it, so that's why I'm giving this a shot, issue 3. How about you? Are you reading this? Okay, moving on to indies, and first up is Conan the Barbarian, issue 15 from Titan Books. $3.99, 32 pages, written by Jim Zub, with art by Doug Braithwaite. This tells a story, or part of the story, of the Frost Giant's daughter, and I've seen a preview copy. It's glorious. The art is great by Braithwaite. It's exciting tale. It's really good writing by Jim Zub, quite poetic at times. So yeah, big recommend already for this. And from Image Skybound, Universal Monsters, Frankenstein, issue 2. This is written by Michael Walsh, actually with art by Michael Walsh as well. And I gotta say, I didn't manage to do a review, but I really enjoyed the first issue. It was very cool, the great unique look to it, to the art. So yeah, recommend this and we'll give it a look. It says the synopsis: the brain of a killer. Dr. Frankenstein's assistant Fritz has one mission: find the supplies to make a new human being. However, a chance encounter between a police officer and a murderer may ruin even the best laid plans. Also from Image, we have Volume 3, Issue 1 of Creep Show, a new miniseries premiere. The first story is written by Chip Zdarsky and Kagan McLeod. Then there's a James Stokoe story for the second one. $3.99. Yeah, you know, it's horror season, isn't it? It's getting close to Halloween, so let's have a look at these tales of suspense and horror and see if they're any good. Then, how about this from Dark Horse? Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles of Grayskull, issue 1. This is written by Tim Seeley with art by Freddie E. Williams II. When the Ninja Turtles come across Krang and Shredder making a deal with some otherworldly demon mage named Skeletor, things got hella weird, and they ended up in Eternia. It turns out, when you mix Ultron mutagen with demon magic, you get a nasty purple poison, and it's brought Eternia to the brink of chaos. So, Leo, Raph, Donnie and Mikey are teaming up with the Masters of the Universe to kick some blue bony butt. The only problem is, He-Man is missing in action. Just like to direct your attention to the cover here. Who has got the blonde wig? What's going on? Back to Image for this, Knights vs. Samurai, issue 1. This is listed as only $2.99, 24 pages. Written by David Dasmalchian, who played, is it Quiltman? Is that right? In the Suicide Squad. And art by Federico Mele. It has a very long synopsis, so let me just say it's basically what it says, Knights vs. Samurai. I've seen a preview copy. The art, I don't know, it's okay. It looks a bit basic, but it's an interesting story. Mostly set in the Knights part, like medieval England, but they do take a journey to find these devils or demons which turn out to be incredibly armoured samurai on the island of Japan. So yeah, looking forward to this. What I don't get is this is listed in the Spawn books. It's advertised, so is it part of the Spawn universe? It says here, under the guidance of the great Todd McFarlane, this journey of magic, warfare, and a search for the truth has been a dream come true. Okay, this is what the note. This is by the writer David Dasmalchian. I want to say Dalmatian. Thanks to my consultant Teresa Matsura of Uncanny Japan, we will be showing a clash and connection between feudal England and feudal Japan that has never been seen before. What about you? Is your interest piqued? Next up, we're back with Dark Horse, and Mark Miller has Nightclub 2, Issue 2 coming out. Art by Juanan Ramirez. Sam was the sweet, chubby best friend at school. Now that he's a vampire, he's become the biggest jock in his year and hammering win after win on the basketball court. The girls love him and so do the bullies, but his friends are getting very concerned. I enjoyed the first issue of this, and of course we'll be checking out issue 2. My final pick of the week is The Magic Order Volume 5 Issue 1, also from Dark Horse and Miller World. Mark Miller writing, Matteo Buffagni is on the art duties. Sorry about that. The final volume begins as Cordelia Moonstone is told she's going to die soon, and there's nothing she can do about it. She broke the rules and now she has to pay the price, just like all her friends. I don't hear that much talk about Magic Order, but I've enjoyed it, especially the first couple of volumes are really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like a bit of magic action, especially written by Mark Miller. Always surprises, usually very, very good, good dialogue. Funny, dark, biting at times. We'll see how it goes. How about you? Are you interested in this? Have you read any of the previous series of volumes? And will you be picking this up? I'd love to hear, so do let me know in the comments. Sorry, I just got distracted by... There's a Jay Lee variant. She's pretty awesome, but for some reason has a lot of empty space on the cover. Strange. But I love the way he's drawn the characters. I'll put this in the video as well. Check this out.